Hello and welcome to a kind of fairly quick video. This is going to be a replay of my recent fairly successful match in a P-36G Hawk. Now this is in an arcade battle, and as it's a fairly low level plane, I was against fairly new players, so this isn't at all proportionate to my ability. So I've been playing a couple of hundred hours of this game, and probably a lot of these people are very, very new to the game. So it may be a bit out of proportion, but we won't talk about that. We'll just pretend I'm very good at this game. But it was quite a nice game. I just had lots and lots of fun in this. It just seemed like one kill after the other, and hopefully in a second we'll see a bit of action. For the first half of the game I seem to just be flying upwards, which isn't particularly exciting. There's got a lot of exploding planes in very impressive ways, like that one. Another one going down there. And in a second, I think if we look upwards, we should see this plane that's just coming down towards me. Did actually get a very small, couple of hits on me, but didn't actually do any significant damage at all. I'm not sure who that was. I think it was a German plane. I'm not actually sure really. But I did a bit of a evasive manoeuvres. I just went into a bit of a spiral. But it was a really nice game. It just went quite quickly. It wasn't a long game, it was a couple of minutes, but I just found it to be really amusing. Hopefully in a second we'll be able to see a bit more about me actually fighting. I'll just change the view so we can get a bit more of a kind of directional view. So you can see here I spotted this hurricane down here and took a few hits, and that was very, very close. I literally just flew straight past him and almost got him. But I didn't quite kill him. I'll just try and change the camera. Now, I was getting very, very close to people, and I was a little bit worried in this plane because it's a bit of a slow to turn plane, and it really wasn't working very well sometimes. I'm not very good in very awkwardly slow planes. I like being in little, light, nimble planes where you can flick your wings around whenever you need to. So, I've already, I think I've taken out one plane so far, and I was just trying to get a few more hits on this. There's a Yak 7B, which is quite a high ranking plane, I think, and that was a bit odd, but I was just getting very, very close to that plane again. It was just a fairly high risk situation. I was just trying to get as many kills as possible and wasn't really caring, but it seemed to work out in the end. So I was utilising this plane's really quite quick turn circle. I'm not sure whether it's fast as lots of other planes, but it seemed in this game to be quite successful, and that plane just exploded straight in front of me, which was pretty fantastic. So I think I'll just have a quick look at the scoreboard. That's 3 kills so far. It's pretty impressive for me. 3 kills in a game is fairly okay, especially in one life. And then there was another one straight there. That was very lucky. He managed not to get any hits on me. Now I tried to avoid a couple of these people that were flying really close, but again that was almost another straight head-on collision there. I just managed to flip my wing out the way at last minute. But I think that's 4 kills now. I'll just have another look. That's 5. 5 at the moment. I think I'd set someone on fire that ended up exploding at some point. Now this pea shooter, he was a bit doomed. He was flying a bit too low and ended up exploding because he just didn't have any space to turn. And I was utilising my speed, flying, getting a bit of altitude. And all I was trying to do is kind of keep this rhythm of kind of diving on people, having a bit of an advantage on speed, get as many shots into them as I can, and then utilising that excess speed, because you kind of hold on to it. I'm going 400 kilometers an hour, which I seem to be catching up on quite a few people, and not many of them seem to have to. Well, I'm probably going fairly similar speed, but I am catching up on this guy. Almost hit him there, but I was trying not to. Now he is doing that very rookie mistake of flying upwards until you run out of all speed, which isn't very clever because then you just can't manoeuvre for a while. And he then went into this clumsy kind of flop where you just can't turn quick enough to be able to avoid anything. And although my aiming wasn't fantastic, I think I did get some hits, and then he crashed down at the bottom there. So that now is 7 kills. And I'm still on the same plane, still haven't really taken any significant wounds, and I just was piddling around not doing much. So I think now I went for some ground kills just because these AA always annoy me. And quite a lot of people are affected by the AA. It's very annoying when you're suddenly picked off by one tiny little anti-aircraft thing. And there you go, there's another one. So that's, I think, 8 kills now. More ground targets. All just in one short amount of time. So this has been 6.5 minutes so far. Try and keep the camera in the right direction if I can. Now, some people just don't seem to realise that there's anyone else playing this game, and just weren't paying attention to what's happening. They're being shot at and they just carry on in a straight line. Now, that was very dodgy because I just realised there were quite a few friendly units there that may have been shot, but I don't think anyone died. This is another Hawk. It's a C, not a G. And there you go, that one's gone as well. Now on my left, I think there's there's another person trying to kill me, and they did actually, in that occasion, flew into me, I believe, which is a bit annoying. But eventually I was back up in another aircraft. So in one life, or one spawn, I had 9 kills, which is pretty impressive for me. I know a lot of people have done better than that, and especially in some of the harder difficulties, that does actually mean a lot more than 9 kills in arcade, which is good, obviously. Just sometimes you can get a couple of kills in simulator. It means a lot more than a ton of kills in arcade, where it's just arcade. Now, 9 kills, and quite a lot of credits, a lot more than anyone else in this game. But just to do an example, top player is the other team. I'll have a look at their player card, and they're only level 8, and if I look at mine, 18. So I was a bit too experienced compared to the other players. Now, again, that was a bit of a rubbish match really, because I didn't really do much in that life, but I had quite a lot of kills, a couple of ground kills, 1 assist, and for me that was just a really satisfying game. I had loads of fun, especially in that first flight. The second flight wasn't that spectacular. Another thing is that I had my smoke on the whole time. I was just trying to attract attention to myself in the hope that people might see that moron flying around with the smoke on and think, oh, I'm going to go for him because he's stupid. And it is a bit stupid to do that, but it must have attracted to quite a bit of attention for other people. But yeah, that was one of my games. I've got a couple of other games here, but none of which are, well, that impressive. But thank you very much for watching this video. If you liked it, do remember to like the video and subscribe if you want to see more. I may have some more War Thunder videos in the future. I certainly will have some World of Warships videos, which I've recently got, and I'll hopefully get some of those up fairly soon. But thank you again for watching, and I'll hopefully see you in another video. Goodbye.